Welcome to the Brevard News Candidate Forum Series, and we have someone from Palm Bay. We're dealing with Jimmy Backus, who is from Palm Bay Seat 5. He's a candidate from the Palm Bay City Council Seat 5. Jimmy, welcome to the program. It's great to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
A lot going on in Palm Bay, as well as the rest of Brevard County. We've got a lot of issues that are going on. The people are up in arms all over this county. A lot of it surrounding development. We're going to get into that, but first, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, okay. My name, as you said before, is Jimmy Backus. I'm 60 years old, married. I've moved down here mainly more to settle here. I'm in the age upper 60s.
Mm-hmm.
So this right here, this is mainly more of staying here. I definitely like Palm Bay. I like Brevard County, and being a part of helping Palm Bay to develop is a major area of my life, major crucial area of my life.
So you moved here from where?
I moved him from Georgia.
Okay.
I moved him from Georgia. I love the weather here.
Okay.
I've enjoyed the people that I've met here. Is a very peaceful place, and I would definitely tell people if they're looking to come to a place that's comfortable, Palm Bay is a very nice place to be in.
What led you to run for office in Palm Bay?
One of the things that led me to red in Palm Bay, run for office, something I discussed with my wife about. I said the community right now really needs a voice, someone who cares about the community, someone that can brings a perspective from a residential, someone who's been here for many years, someone who cares about the growth. Not just the now growth, but the future growth of Palm Bay, which is very important to me. So running for council is not that I'm looking for accolades or any titles. That's not the issue while I'm running. There's a lot of care for me. There's a lot of care in Palm Bay.
So what are the problems? What do you say as the top 3 to 5 problems?
Unfortunately, when I got here, I seen a lot of crookedness that's on Palm Bay. That was in the city council position. It kind of opened my eyes up, because how do you get the residential people or those that are moving in Palm Bay to trust what the county is doing or what they want to do? And I've really got involved in that. I see that is a major issue. Development also is one of the things that needs to be exposed. Not just growth, infrastructure, but you want to have smart growth. You want to have smart growth. You don't want to just see a piece of land and say, well, let's build here, let's build there. You want smart growth in the community, because you're thinking about future growth, not just the present growth, but future growth.
What about people who say, so there's a lot of the people who are for the overdevelopment who are saying that, well, a person buys land, they should be able to build on it, and then they would call you anti-development. Would that be the case?
How can I say this? If you buy your land and you want to build on it, I don't really see too much for buying your land and wanting to build on it. When it comes to contractors, that's a whole different thing. But for a homeowner who desires to, okay, I want to put a fence in, I want to put a pool on my yard, just enlarge it, I can understand that. But when it comes to developers, that's a total different game.
So the developers now, in most instances, I know in Titusville, they're doing this, or is it the case in Palm Bay where they're looking for variances and looking for to get the area rezoned in order to be able to build on it? Is that the problem?
I don't really see, how can I answer that? I don't see that being the problem, the rezoning. I see that Palm Bay does want to grow. It does want to develop. You have to understand the history of Palm Bay. They wanted Palm Bay at one time to be a bed and breakfast state. But the true growth of what is taking place now, different generations are coming up, growing. You want to have smart growth in the demographics of the city. not just let's see a piece of land, let's build on it. The question is how is the roads are being developed, um, placed on the commercial businesses, the real estate, all of it. You want it all to develop in a capacity where it filters in growth with the city, not a hodgepodge.
Mhm. So do you think that the corruption, that there's people who are more concerned about money and that they're not really concerned about the city itself, and they're just pretty much throwing things together? Is that how you see it? Is that what led you to run?
I see the developers are trying to get a hold on the city. I understand that um, Palm Bay kind of seem like they're behind the ball, and you've got to be careful for those that are on the council right now, because you do want growth, but as I said before, you want smart growth. So if you need to tell the developers, look, we're going to hold back on this, you need to be bold about it and saying, okay, this is not smart growth. We can't just allow you just to build, tax the people that are here, and you're gone. So there is a level of accountability for development.
So what would be the difference between, say, you and your opponent on these issues?
Me, uh, um, how can I say this? The fact of my opponent, he's taken quite a bit of finances from the developers, which is not a good thing, because the community at hand has had enough tax increasements. Um, they have had enough development, and they understand that the city desires to grow. But when you have developers um, just wanting to build the city based on financial gain, it will be a major problem for the city long haul. I see the right now the party at hand dealing with my opponent, and that's the Republican Party. They're in a unique position um, to demonstrate the factor that they are for the citizens and not for the developers. Because if not, then the citizens of Palm Bay are going to pay in the long run.
So that was an issue that came up concerning the Republican Party of Florida, or Brevard County, and so you're concerned that they are skewing the the difference between you and your opponent, that they actually want to endorse your opponent. Is that correct?
Well, I that I'm kind of sure, in the sense that when you look at the developers that are behind the opponent, and the opponent themselves, the opponent himself is a developer. So when you see this, you have to ask yourself the question: what exactly is my opponent motive of wanting that position? Is it more of helping Palm Bay develop, or is it more of self-gain? Um, because that self-gain will hurt the residential people of Palm Bay. I see that as not a good thing. Almost that Palm Bay will be sliced up and given out to the highest bidder.
So what do you see as the role of government in people's lives? So you see that the government is being used to run roughshod over the people. What should government be doing? What should be the role of the City Council of Palm Bay? And should they be making decisions to where they're allowing them to develop to do this? Or what should the role of the City Council be in Palm Bay with regard to the citizens?
Well, the first thing is truly the citizens. I truly believe that Palm Bay, those that are on the council right now, needs to listen to the citizens and be aware of what they're saying. Not just, okay, we have people moving in, let's take advantage of this opportunity. Uh, that should be their first concern. And I understand their concern is, okay, they want infrastructure, they want growth. But as I said before, it has to be smart growth, and you have to, and you do, you have to, because you elected by the people in the city. You didn't just walk up there in that position, so you have to listen to those who have elected you, and be aware of, okay, we need to slow down some of the decisions that we're making.
Are they listening?
Are they listening? I just heard a dispute. They just had a special meeting. I think it was on September the 12th. And I heard one of the councilman, Kenny Johnson, make a statement that they needed to slow down the growth. Let's just bring things to a halt. And that was a prudent statement for him, because it helps the residential people to see that there's someone that is listening.
So what has been your experience? Has you talked to the people? Are they upset now about what's going on?
Far as me talking to the resident, I think a lot of them is upset. Not just the ones who have been down here for years, but the ones who are coming, purchasing home. They're starting to feel the effect, and taxes. And the question they're asking, okay, what exactly is this council doing? What is their motive? What is their agenda? And that has been for me, the concern for the citizens, to make sure that their voice is definitely being heard.
So look at the camera and tell us what would make you a better candidate to win this office than your opponent.
What would make me a better candidate? I'm concerned about the citizens of Palm Bay. I'm concerned about the growth of Palm Bay. And not just, as I said before, this is not a position that I'm looking for accolades or title. This is not important to me far as that is concerned, but to help Palm Bay develop where the citizens of Palm Bay have a major voice, allow me to be an advocator for the citizens of Palm Bay, that they can see the city moving in smart growth.
Okay, thanks, Jimmy, for joining us. And this is Jimmy Backus, who is a candidate for Palm Bay Seat 5, City Council. Thank you again for joining us.
Thank you.
And you
Thank you
have
very
a
much.
wonderful week. Thanks for joining us.